What up, headphone homies? It's Jason here from Custom Cans, and it's been, as the young people would say, a hot minute. I don't think we put out a video since probably November. It's been a bit crazy here. Got loads of headphones in the queue to be looked at, so we've got a load of Hi-Fi Man ones, some beyerdynamic stuff. We've got a load of experiments lined up, like this mad thing, with a load of Tesla valves in to create a positive airflow to stop your ears from getting sweaty. Does that work? Who knows? We're going to find out. Got a few other interesting experiments going on. But in order to pay for all of this stuff, I've actually got to sell something. So I have two new products today for the ever-popular beyerdynamic range. So the 770, 880, 990, all the ones that look like this. Because our mod kits, certainly for the DT770 and 990, we sell loads of those. So I know there's a lot of people looking to modify their beyerdynamics. And what we have is a suspension strap style headband, which, as you can see, has cunningly got a gap in the middle here, so it doesn't press on the center of your head, and it sort of spreads the load over probably 4 times the area of your head than the standard one does. So if you find that you get, after a number of hours, these become a little bit uncomfortable, or they're not as securely on your head as you would like, adding one of these is gonna fix that. The other thing we've got is this little doodad that goes on the cable, which stops Microphonics. So that sound you get in the ear. Attach this onto it. It's gonna cut that in half. Maybe more. We'll test it in a minute. But first of all, we'll do the head strap. Now then, this is TPU for the flexible section, and then we've printed this out of a rigid material. We've managed to print it all in one lump because we've got a new printer that can print. We've got the Bamboo H2D, so we can print rigid and flexible parts on the same item, which is nice. That saves manufacturing. And this will replace the shoulder pieces here on the headband and replace the straps. So if you've broken, I've seen a lot of people selling 3D printed ones of these online, so it must be a thing that they break. So yeah, so if you've broken those or you find this uncomfortable, this is a good option. We're going to be selling this for £20, and you get that. And I've seen people selling the shoulders on their own for £20. So hopefully it's relatively good value. And the comfort-wise, it's like there's nothing there. Like nothing at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by removing the original head pad. And this mod will work with the head pad, but you don't need the head pad on there. So again, if your head pad's worn out, you can replace it with these. So it has many uses. Hopefully there's a market for this kind of thing out there. Certainly on the newer ones, it's a T10 screwdriver. If you have an older one, it might be Phillips screws on the inside here. So we're just going to unscrew the original shoulder pieces. Save the screws because we'll need those. Yeah, so this taken a fair amount of designing and testing. We've gone through, I don't know, a lot of prototypes, maybe 12 or so, just tweaking the design ever so slightly, figuring out, because I've not really printed with flexible materials before, so there's quite a bit to figure out with that. But you'll notice the little lumps here, they are hollow, so it's like squishy. So you've got like squishy pads there. It's fascinating stuff working with. As I said, I've not worked with flexible materials, and it just unlocked all kinds of new possibilities for me. So we're printing some more things with that now. I've kind of figured out what it can and can't do. But yeah, it's definitely got some possibilities for some future projects. Okay, so we've got our headband basically dismantled. So first of all, what we're going to do is take the original screws, put them in the screw hole there. Just kind of finger tighten them, and I've put 2 holes in the strap here so you can get a screwdriver through and just do those up a few turns. So just do that with all 4 screws. And yeah, we've made it so you can screw into this, it'll hold the screws in place. A lot of the stages in the design are how the customer's gonna install it, because you do it and then you find it's really awkward. Hence these holes here, because I discovered that getting the screwdriver in there when you're putting it back together is really annoying. Just problem solving along the way. So yeah, so you'll be able to put the spring steel piece on there, just put it through. As you can see where you've screwed the screws through a few threads, that holds that in place. Then we put the actual thing on, the actual arm, that goes in there. This was another thing that took a long time in the prototyping, just getting the tolerances right so that you could still move this around the same as you could on the original one. It wasn't too tight. It wasn't too loose. So then we just, as I said, put your screwdriver through those little holes underneath, do your screws up, do them till they're tight, but don't over tight them, because obviously these are plastic pieces and you could strip out the threads if you weren't careful. We've printed this outer part in solid plastic rather than having any infill, so it's pretty sturdy, but even so, yeah, careful when you're screwing up. So again, putting the spring part over those screwed in pieces, put that on top of there, put your outer part on top of that. I don't know how easy I'm making this look, but it's probably not as easy as I'm making this look. You know, you're going to need to be relatively dexterous to hold all these pieces in place at once. Right, that's locked in. Let's screw it up. Okay, screw, screw, screw. And the same the other side. Right, cool. So once you've got that all screwed into place, we've got a little cable routing here. So find the center of the cable, put that roughly in the top there, and then you'll see little clips that you can clip this into just to keep the cable out of the way. And you just clip into there, clip in the other side. Again, if you're leaving the head pad on, then you can just do the original cable routing where it goes under the pad. But if you're having the head pad off, the cable routing just keeps the cables in place. And you'll notice that originally, when the pad's on there, it's only basically pressing on the center of your head there. And then when you've got this on, you've got 4 times the area. And then there you go. It is now 4 times more comfortable. So it's good. It's so comfortable. So comfortable. Yeah, because it basically, as you can see, you know, it brings these in, so it conforms to the shape of your head much better than the original pad. And, you know, these will let your head breathe, so you're not going to get sweaty, shouldn't get too hot. I knew it was good when I asked our technician to have a go, and he genuinely looked quite surprised at how much more comfortable it was. You could see he was getting his face ready to go, yes, Jason, very good, but it's actually comfortable. So yeah, definitely takes the pressure off the top of your head, because there's a gap when you do it. There's a gap in there, so that ridge over the top of your head where it can get a bit uncomfortable has no pressure on it. It just clamps onto the sides. So yes, so there's that. And the other one, much easier to fit. So that, as I said, that's not too difficult to fit, the head strap. And the other one is this little doohickey here, which will stop microphonics coming from the cable. To fit this, we'll test it in a second, so you'll see. So to fit this, put the cable through there, and then snap these pieces into place. Then run the cable up, so it's coming up out of the next one. Snap that into place. And I'd slide this all the way to the top. All the way to the top of the headphones there. All the way to the top of the cable, so that this part is touching the strain relief where it comes out. And this basically does 2 things. So it brings the cable out, so it's over your shoulder, so it's not rubbing on your clothes as much. It's not rubbing on your shoulder, making that banging noise. But also, this is a compliant piece, which takes out a lot of the vibrations from the cable, so it can't transmit it to the earphones. And it basically, it takes out all the higher frequencies from it, which makes it a lot less annoying. So if the microphonics from this cable has annoyed you, or any cable, I've been trying this on various cables, it works on any cable sort of under about 7mm wide. If we just put it on here, and we'll try it out. So if I just remove that first. Okay, right, and now... Hear the sound? Now we reattach this. And now again. It's quite a difference, isn't it? So yeah, so taking it over your shoulder stops it from rubbing on your clothes as much, and it also takes out all the high frequencies when your cable rubs on something, which should cut out those microphonics a lot. And that should work on just about any cable. We've been trying it on the horrible Grado ones. It works on most of them. Like, it doesn't completely get rid of it, but it reduces it by half, I would say. And we will. It's difficult. It's difficult. You wouldn't believe the number of iterations this went through, just kind of tuning it just right. There's also one more thing I need to mention. On, you probably can't see it on the video, but there's a little little notches on these, and there's little indents on those. When you first put this together, probably give it a little bit of a wiggle just to make sure that they're in place, because that all locks it in then. But yeah, they should self-seat, but just give it a little wiggle just in case. But yeah, lot of iterations in that. Just kind of started out really complicated, quite big and chunky, and gradually got it down and simplified it until we simplified it too much and it didn't have any kind of like integrity and it just fell apart. And then anyway, got it. Got it. So took a surprising amount of time to design that and get it to work. So it's very difficult with postage and things like that because, really I want to sell that for £5, but postage costs £3 and it costs £1 for someone to put it in the post. So, we wouldn't make any money on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to do £10 for 2. So £10 and you get 2 of these, and then that means that we can make a small amount of it once you take off the postage and the taxes and all that kind of stuff. But it also means if you've got a dual entry cable like a Hi-Fi Man or something like that that's been annoying you, you've got 2, so you can do that. Or if you've got 2 beyerdynamics, you get 2 for a tenner basically. And then we'll probably do multiples, so you can do big packs of them. So if you're in a studio, something like that, where you need 20 of them, the price will come down per unit. But we'll do 2 for 10 to start off with, just so that we can make a small profit on that. And I know it's a very small item for £10, but it's just the way it is with small, not mass-produced things. I've got to sell hundreds of these to make back the development costs as it is. Well, I hope that was interesting, and I hope I've solved some people's problems. I know we've had quite a lot of complaints from people over the years about microphonics, and this is so far the best way I've found of reducing that to a sensible level on most cables. And obviously the increased comfort on the beyerdynamic range. And as I said, that'll fit the 770, 880, 990, anything that's got that style headband. You could fit it on some of the other ones like the T1, DT 1990, stuff like that. It's just going to be a bit more complicated because it's a bit more difficult to get the shoulders off. But once you've got the shoulders off, all of them work the same way. So pretty much all the beyerdynamics, apart from some of the Pro X's, the Pro X 700 and 900, they have a different headband. Most of them have got that style headband, and it will fit those. Yes, so if you've got any questions, stick them in the thing. If you fancy buying one of these, I've got links in the description to where you can get them. Yeah, and if you've got any good ideas for problems that we can solve with a bit of design and 3D printing in your headphone life, you need little stands for your amplifiers, something like that. I don't know. If it's something that we can sell 100 of, let me know. We might design it. If it's something that one person wants, not so much. Cool. Anyway, thank you for hanging out, and I will see you guys again, hopefully for some more interesting headphone reviews and stuff. Anyway, peace out. One love. Loving your work.